Hi everybody, good morning. It's Shilla here and somebody they call me Shell.
Hey guys.
Raw Shell, like give the energy that we need for this
Morning,
morning.
morning. Is that alright?
If you say so, let me just
It
sip.
will have to
Sorry.
do.
I'm just gonna sip on a drink. Once burnt me, so I won't sip anymore. Literally, like tongue is burnt. Shell, can you speak up?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Of course, I'm right next to you. Of course, I can hear
Well,
you.
what do you
But
mean by speaking up? What do you want me to say?
why you sounding like you're shy?
Oh God. The people have spoken. The people know me, Shills. Like, I am
You have.
shy. I am shy. It's you. It's
Oh
the limelight. Shit a limelight.
no, never that, never that, never that,
Oh my
never that.
God.
You know I'm shy. You know, never that, never that. I only,
Shills, who are you
only
trying to lie to? The new listeners. Is that it? You're just trying to suck them in. Honestly, the best policy.
Well, this is
Yeah?
a lot of people out there know that I'm shy, so it's fine. You know,
Shilla, you can see my face, yeah? And I hope the listeners can hear my face drop like, okay, let's it's okay.
All right, cool. Say no more. We're back again, guys.
That's it.
Thank you for another week here. Me and Michelle are back in your ears. It's another Saturday morning, or whatever day of the week you're listening to this to, actually, because I've realised not everybody listens on a Saturday, which is fine.
I know, right?
Which is fine. My mum even sometimes doesn't even listen at all. She's like, oh, there's another one. Like,
You're still going.
she's like, she never records like every weekend, whatever, yeah. But she's always like, I always have to send her the link every week still. I'm like, Mum, honestly, just keep going to this page all the time. She's like, all right. But anyway, that's neither here or there. Glad we're back again. What was last week's topic? I actually really enjoyed it and we had a lot of feedback from it. Yes.
About being at the wrong address. Yeah,
guys, that was a really, really good topic. And it looks like a lot of people actually enjoyed that. So let us know if you want us to do more subjects like that or, you know, have more open conversations that are around expectations and relationships. Not that we're expert gurus, but
we're not.
If
we just love a chin wag.
Do it. Shilla and Michelle can do it. But you won't catch me on a bonnet.
No. And say thank you so much for everybody's feedback, you know, because I think a lot of I that's probably one of the episodes where I've had a lot more people send in the voice notes, the messages. So yeah, shout out to those that allowed us to share those.
Relate. Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that as well. Like being at the wrong address and stuff like that. But you know what?
Been there.
There's a thing in there that we didn't mention, those who are in denial.
What about the ones that just don't want to let it go? So they know they're in the wrong place, but they don't want to do nothing about it.
Yeah, but you still want to keep yourself there. You've been in the wrong place. Even the person left you at the address and you're still holding on to them to come back. That's another story itself, yeah. So that's
for another episode, Chelsea.
That's another episode, yeah. That let it go.
Yeah, when to let go. There was a few people that said, yeah.
Honestly, it's not every day sing and folk. Don't let go. Just let go, yeah. But anyway, this week we're back with something else, something fresh. Now, there's two things here. We've taken something that's currently floating around on social media in the UK, especially amongst I would say between 18 to 38-year-olds. Yeah? Would you say that?
That's a bit high, boy. I would say lower, but I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Because I think the characters I say the characters. I'll explain why I'm saying the characters, yeah? I feel like the audience is definitely between 18 to 35, I would say then, yeah? Okay. Can you give me 18? Because, Shell, yeah, you're not a young chicken anymore and you know about this story.
Excuse you. No, let me tell you something. It was someone young that sent it to me, FYI. It's not something, I didn't even know about these people. So obviously one of the main quotation marks characters.
When you say somebody young, she means me.
No, it wasn't you that sent it to me. Someone sent it to me last week. This is the second. I watched the first episode.
So you got friends, yeah?
Actually, to be fair, it's actually a friend of yours, but still. Yeah, so
um,
I didn't know about them. Like literally, I didn't even know that she was on this other black or back chat.
back chat. Yeah,
Back
don't worry
chat.
about it. I'll bring you up to speed on it. So,
Please do.
guys, just a little bit of what's it? This what are we calling this episode? Yeah, because normally we've got like clear like titles,
Mm,
but with this, I just wanted to call it impact.
yeah.
What is the impact, or would you call it what is the pressure? What would you call it, Michelle, if you was to
No,
label
yeah,
it?
the impact. I think, yeah, just looking at the impact on it's on men. I think today we were looking at the impact on men
So we
of
should call
people's
it
expectations.
menpact.
The men pact. Okay, Shells.
We're calling it menpact.
Men pact.
As in
Yeah.
mental impact on men. Men pact.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on.
The expectations, women's expectations on men, and the impact on men pact of on men. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because obviously, so for just a little bit of a little background thing for those who don't know what's happening at the moment and where we've got this from. I guess it spreads. It lends. Although we're using this particular blue therapy program, whatever it is, as a springboard, we've seen this everywhere else. I think we've seen it in life. We've seen it in we've seen it just in generally in life where what is the expectation of a man? Yeah, is he a provider? Is he a support network? What is he? And what are the expectations from women to men and the impact it has on men's mental health or just well-being, really, or just how do they perceive themselves in relationships? Because so blue therapy is an urban program. Yeah, am I right to say urban? Yeah,
We can use urban. I hate that word.
Why do you hate urban?
What's urban? What's urban? What is it? What's urban? What is it? What black? What are you trying to say? What do you mean? What's urban? What is it?
Okay, it's urban. It's people. We want to live like common people. We want to do what common people do.
You've got a song for everything. I hate you sometimes, man.
I hate you so much right
the
now.
damn thing.
I hate you. We normally play the music song.
But we are not playing. We've not played that song in about 13 years.
Yeah, remember the music game? Like, we used to play that game all the time. But anyway, guys, I digress and I come back to the center point.
Oh.
But so basically, this program, urban program here, it's on urban social media platforms because I know it's not on Good Morning Britain.
It's only on YouTube. To be fair, it's on YouTube, but it's being promoted, heavily promoted on urban quotation mark social media programs. Yeah.
Social media pages, right? Yeah, because it's not on Good Morning Britain, and it's not on ITV. Yeah?
It's not for those type.
Let's be for real. But guys, if you get a moment, just hashtag it and have a look at it. Maybe don't spend your time watching it. No shade, as they say. But just get familiar with it. Basically, you've got 4 characters. I'm calling them characters because I've heard that it's an act. You've got 4 people that have entered therapy around their relationships. Now, the first couple are possibly between 24 and 27. Is that correct?
Yeah.
24-year-old who's dating a 27-year-old, and the second couple, I believe, are older. When I say older, I think between 30 to 35. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give that to those 2. Now, it's really interesting. Yeah, we have a Caucasian woman who is the counsellor. Yeah, and she's counselling those that are of the urban background.
Ethnics. Yeah, we've got a white therapist who is counselling black people. Yeah. Flip sake, Shills. You want to come and do Queen's English? Stop doing Queen's English. It's okay.
I didn't want to say it yet. I didn't want to say coloured.
Do not use the word coloured. I hate the word coloured. We are not coloured. We are not a pack of crayons. I hate that word. Oh God.
No, guys, I'm actually joking, so don't take it personal, please. Yeah. But I believe in Black Lives Matter. I believe in everything here.
This week.
Michael Jackson. This week, Michael Jackson doesn't really care about it, still bangs, yeah.
Oh,
So
God.
if you want to play it, I'll walk with you in the
Oh
street.
my God.
So I'm so silly, and a lot of my jokes have gone over a lot of people's heads. So, but I don't care. All I'm gonna say is this thing on?
I thought you were gonna say I don't really care about us. Sorry. I thought you were gonna break up the
Oh,
song.
Shell, you're there, you know.
There, I'm there. You
You're
know, I've
actually
still got
there.
it.
Come on, a little dance for you. Come on.
I've still
No.
got it.
So guys, yeah. So these two couples have gone in for counselling, and what has come out of this counselling session, yeah, you would not believe. I'm gonna dwell a little bit more on. I can use his name, right, because it's on social media, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So I'm going to draw on Jamal, or the second couple, the first couple, which is the 24-year-old and the 27-year-old. The female is 24 and the male is 27. Now, Michelle, you've watched it. Let some of the listeners that haven't watched it, tell them what's happening. You're better at this than
It's
I
a bit of a madness for me. So there's been 2 episodes so far.
In the urban world, they say it's a mazza.
We don't need translation. We don't need Urban Dictionary translation. Okay. So it's a mazza, or it's been a bit of a madness. It's been very confusing. It's been very, to be fair, it's been very interesting. As much as, you know, you told me today, oh, actually, you've heard that actually they are actors. I think they're very good actors. If it is acting, very, very good actors. But so we've got this 24-year-old girl. I don't know. I think today they might have said she was Nigerian.
She is Nigerian.
Oh, she's definitely Nigerian. Yeah, 24-year-old.
Oh, I was shocked.
Okay.
So I was just like, you know, them people. I thought she was them people. Them there.
You're a fool for that.
But to understand that she is. How are you, people?
One of us. One of us. One of me. One of us.
One of yous.
One of ours. Yeah.
I was shocked.
Anyway, let me not dig out my own. But yeah, so basically, got this 24-year-old Nigerian girl, appears British born maybe, and with this 27-year-old Ghanaian guy.
Oh, yeah.
He is a personal trainer. He works like odd hours. She works a 9 to 5, but basically
she didn't really tell us what she does. She said she works a 9 to 5, but it was unclear.
Well, when he said let me give background, because there's some bits that he said today that sort of this week that made me question, when he was saying, well, how much are your savings, and she was like, we're not going to talk about that now. But so basically we've got this 24-year-old female, and she's basically coming on the show. Well, no, actually he brought her to the show, so it's interesting to hear, which I was really, really pleased to hear and see that it's being actively talked about. It's actually he acknowledged he's done 8 months therapy by himself previously, and it did him a world of good. And so he's got to a certain point struggling with the relationship, and he's actually brought her to therapy, couples therapy.
This is not acting, and he's actually done that. He must really like her, because to be honest with you,
exactly.
Because for me, I won't even sit down for a conversation with you if I don't like you.
No, he must do. I think 2 years in or a year in.
And 1 year in. This is. Okay. It's been 11 days, unseen hours.
Oh God.
Yeah, this ain't it. Yeah, they're literally coming into 1 year in.
So they're coming into 1 year in, and he's basically saying about her expectations of a relationship are just wild. And I'm not gonna lie, I agree. So she's talking about, he don't buy me gifts no more.
She wants a Prada hat.
She wants a Prada. Like he got her a Gucci bag for her birthday in September, but that's like the last like high cost gift that he got her. And she's saying, well,
the following month something.
Well, he's saying, well, look, I am actively saving for a house. And it kind of came to a head today, but she's like, well, at the end of the day, you knew the kind of girl that I was when you started dating me. You were doing all these things when you first started wooing me, and now you've just stopped. But he's saying, listen, we should be trying to build together.
she told us that her dad is
Oh,
maintaining
treated
her
her like
lifestyle and her sisters and her mum, and so why should she get with a guy who cannot do what her dad has been doing?
Don't get with him.
When I followed up on the media platforms, they were saying then go and date your dad.
That's the exact same. I haven't even seen it, but that's exactly my thought. Like literally, so she's bigging up her dad. She's one of 5, and her mum. She said that her dad always bought her. It'd be interesting to know what her dad does as well. That'll be very interesting. Yeah.
Is it because of Nigeria or just because?
No, just because in this day.
Michelle, I'm just joking. I trust you guys.
Shut up.
Just let me leave my passport around you.
I'll punch her. Don't worry, everybody. For all the Nigerians around her, I'll punch her. Don't worry.
I love Nigerians. Come on.
I know you do. We know you do. Don't worry about that.
They love me. Yeah, let's I'm not even going to discuss that. Let me not even talk about it.
Yeah, never said it for another show. So I think that the thing, the point that was interesting for me was, and as obviously we discussed it, Shills, was, all these, she's talking about him being her protector, her provider. And actually, he is actively saying, listen, I'm trying to think about our future. And you're here telling me Prada bag, Gucci this, Gucci that.
Gucci bag, Fendi bag, Prada bag.
But I just thought, she's so young.
She's very young. When you hear what she's asking for, even the presentation of her, yeah, you can tell this is not it. Yeah, the fact of I like the guy a lot, Jamal. I think he presented himself. He's presented himself in such a good light on this show, so I can't even speak badly of him. And his plan seems to be a solid plan. His dreams will manifest because he's got a clear plan of what he wants to do. But my only question was, why are you with this girl for?
I know, love is love, isn't it?
Love is what?
Love is love.
No, love is blind.
I was going to say love is blind, but...
EVE said it to us.
Oh, God.
Don't sing it, please, Michelle, because you're
I don't even know the song. So
you do. Love is blind.
Oh, I know that song. Is that from her? Easy-E.
Get out, man. It's Eve. For you, it's Eve. But to us who know urban music, EVE.
Anyway.
So basically, my question was when I was watching it, because I think we're 2 episodes in now, aren't we?
Yeah.
So I watched it and I thought, this man seems like he has understanding, and I know people will normally argue, and we've had this debate before on the show before about Ghanaian men and they're so tight, blah blah blah. He didn't come across as a tight man.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah? Because at the end of the day, if somebody's buying you a nice Gucci bag, I personally think it's the generation that is coming up behind us, because I can't.
Generation Z.
What?
That's what they're called.
I'm telling you, Raptor's coming, we're at Z now.
Oh my God. You're so silly.
I'm telling you, get right. Or get left. Telling you, Generation Z. Hey.
Yeah, Generation.
I've heard. That's all I know. I've heard. Yeah. I'm getting right. Yeah. So basically, I'm just thinking, what is her understanding, compared to Jamal's understanding? Because clearly they're not on the same racetrack.
No, they're not. But it's interesting because, she stated it before, but he pulled her up about it again, in that this is her first relationship. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think in the first episode as well.
First relationship.
Well, that's what you said today, innit? When we were discussing it, that there's probably a reason why her first relationship has come at 24. But one of the things in the first episode,
you said that.
Oh, okay. Well, I said that.
don't put words in my mouth.
There is this thing about, in the first episode, she was talking heavily a lot about what her best friend's partner was doing for the best for her. And she was comparing it. And she was actively telling Jamal, look, this is what my friend's man does for her. Where's your own? Why are you not doing your own? Like, why can't you match up to that? And for me, I just kept on thinking, you know what, I keep on telling you, Shills, I've got my 2 boys. God forbid they meet such a person, because, you know, bringing it back to the topic, how is that meant to make him feel? What is the point of those words?
Impact.
Like, what's the impact? What does she think he's going to take away from that?
Yeah, he's not good enough.
You know, and what's that saying to someone you supposedly... Is that how you talk to someone you supposedly love?
She's making him feel like he's not good enough. He's not able to provide.
She was massively, like, digging it, like, the word emasculating, like, taking away his... You know, if you're saying you're not this, you're not that, you're not this, you're not that, like, eating away, chipping away at his self-esteem. And I just thought, what a witch. I'm not going to lie.
Wow, yeah, whole witch. Wow. Guys, if you've seen Nollywood... Wow.
I know, I had to take it there. It was a bit deep, but I just think it was too much. Like, literally, yeah.
I think it's literally a lack of education. There's a lack of education here, yeah. And I'm not saying, I don't know what her qualifications are, so I'm not meaning it like literally like I've gone to university. It's
common sense and just being nice.
And I, here's what I'm going to ask you, Shell, yeah, and listeners out there, yeah. Is it a case of nature versus nurture? Do you think her parents, that's how they communicate? So she's seen that, she's taking that into her relationship. Do you think her mum speaks or spoke to her father like that? I don't want to get into it because that's their family affair, because sometimes you've got to look at certain things, yeah. Is it nature versus nurture? Is it something that she learnt at home? Is it something that's within her, or has it been impacted by friends? Because with her, I can't really tell where her influence is coming from fully, because she talks about her dad being this great provider, this great person, and she also makes a lot of comparisons to her friends' relationships. So who's influencing you? Who's impacting you? Because you know what? You can have that positive impact at home to be like, okay, yeah, my dad does provide for us, but it's within reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, like...
It's, okay, I'm older than Jamal, yeah? So obviously Jamal, his age would not be something that I would look to be dating anyway. Yeah. So, because it's not going to do me any favors, if that makes sense, yeah? Because mindsets might be really different. What I want right now in my life...
I don't know. No, obviously...
Listen, let me finish. Let me land, please. I know you're heading this campaign, yeah? This Menpact, yeah? But I just think, like, I'm not saying that he's immature or he's not on my level. I just think with age and the things that we want, sometimes they change. Does that make sense? As much as Jamal appears to be mature on the show, it could be for that 24-year-old he's mature. But if you, at your big age, yeah, was now to be dating him, you're at a different place. You might be wanting different things in life. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you might be saying to yourself, all right, you know, you're looking at possibly, you're not looking at buying your first house. Let's just say, do you know what I mean? Yeah. You might be thinking, I'm now looking at buying my second house or my third house or whatever. Yeah. You might be thinking, I'm looking to go further in my career now. I'm looking to expand here. Or I'm looking to have my next child, or you know, so many things. I mean, okay, you're I don't know if the listeners know how old Michelle is, yeah, but you shut shop on kids now.
100%. Yeah. Done, dusted.
You know, so if you know, obviously, God forbid, as we say, nothing's gonna happen between you and Dan, yeah. But imagine now you was like, you know, Dan, I've had it now. I just want to eat jello for the rest of my life. I don't want no more this that you're serving me, this small mashed potato that you're giving me, and this pie.
You're a fool.
Yeah, I want somebody that can make me jello fries and powdered yam every night
for the rest of my life.
For the rest of my life, and I want to drink Origin to go to wash it down. Yeah,
no, it's Fanta, Nigerian Fanta, Schweppes.
Yeah, I don't want to be drinking whatever you're drinking. So you move away from that, and you get with a younger guy. But you've said to me, I'll shut shop on kids, and this younger person still wants kids. You're not in the same place. Yeah. So you might have to reconsider that relationship. You might have to reconsider the people that you are now choosing to date. Unless you're saying you're still open to shop or whatever, or you get with a younger person that is saying, I don't want to have kids, or I've already had my kids. I started at 16, so you're good. Yeah. And then you're like, oh, that's perfect for me. So what I'm bringing it to is that Jamal's at a certain place in life, yeah. Clearly, this young lady isn't on the same page as he is. She's more led by the brand designer or the social media, whatever. So him allowing himself to stay in that situation where somebody talks down on you because of what you're not able to have at that age. I still feel that 27 is quite young now that I'm on this side of life. Yeah. And it's not. See how I'm so polite with my age. Yeah. Now I'm on this side of life. I still feel like 27 people, you can have aspirations, and I think it's really great for him to be aspiring to buy a house at 27. That's perfect. That comes up there, and I think that's a good age. Yeah. I'm saying 25. However, the earlier the better. Does that make sense? Yeah. If you can, the better. So I'm thinking that's really, really, really good. He'll have some areas of him that are still developing, but imagine if he was with a woman who saw that value. Yeah.
Exactly.
Who saw
How
that
much
value.
more would he do?
How much more would he do? Because right now he's with a person he must probably loves, or his.
He called her today. He said she's an anchor. Or was that the right couple?
Yeah. He said,
was it him who said that? Yeah.
Let me just use the words we'll use for those people that go to those places that we go to. A hindering spirit.
You're so silly.
As my mum and my pastor would say, a spirit of hindrance. Yeah. It's around you, yeah, and you don't even know how to shake it off. But the fact of the matter is, I did call her an uncle. Like, she's not building him. And do you know what? Following that episode being released, yeah, I think they said that they've taken a break.
Oh, really?
I think, yeah. I'm not sure. That's what I saw in the in the blog.
On socials.
Yeah. So basically, he's now saying, and a lot of men cannot get to that place where they say, you know what, you're actually hindering me from what I need to do. But men, correct me if I'm wrong, yeah, when you guys get there, you get there. Because some men will just be like, you know what, some men won't even date because of distractions.
I was just about to say, but I know that I've met men where I've wanted it to go further, but they're saying, do you know what, it's not the right time. And looking back now, like literally sitting here in this conversation with you now, I'm thinking, oh crap, like maybe they actually really meant it. And at the time, maybe I just thought it was an excuse. Oh, I was at the wrong place, not at the right address, the whole package, whatever, not at the right address. But actually, thinking back now and maybe trying to put myself in their shoes, maybe they do need to have that kind of mentality to get to where they need to be. Yeah, actually, I don't want a relationship because it's going to hold me back, or I won't be able to invest in as much time, money, or effort as this person is going to want, because actually I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z.
Well, Deborah said, if you're not ready to pay for my things, if you're not ready to pay for my thing, pay for me this, pay for me that, you're not ready to be in a relationship, just go and sit back down. That's what Deborah said. But then a person will say, well, if you're not ready to compromise, support your man and stand by him and push him, especially when your man
and help him to grow.
And help, because the man has a clear vision. Yeah. He knows where he wants to go. Forget these ragamuffins, yeah. They don't know what they're doing, yeah. Out here in the string vests. Forget them.
I nearly had a song for you, but I won't.
No, don't give me a song. Don't give me a song. No woman, no cry. Yeah.
That was not the song.
I forget these time wasters, yeah, that are just out here doing nothing. They don't know what they're doing. But this guy has a clear vision of where he wants to go. And you, as a woman who potentially might see a future with him, you might be saying, you know what, my man has a good vision. And a lot of women talk about, I don't mind getting with a guy who is not where he wants to be right now, but his vision is clear.
As long as he has that vision.
A vision, yeah, and is working towards it. And from what Jamal represented is that he's working towards his vision, and he was very clear with what he's doing. Now, I'm in a place where I'm thinking, you're thinking about the impact that her words and her ways are having on this young man and his development.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because obviously he's now, and what can that lead to do? If Jamal wasn't like maybe from a good family, I don't know his family background, guys. I'm just, hypothetically speaking, yeah. If he wasn't from a good background, let's say, would he then be led out to go and do drugs and sell?
Yeah.
Would he do criminal activities to feed this woman's habit? Because this happens, yeah. This happens to men. Men become so overwhelmed, yeah, with the pressures of society, and like men are already pressurized for them being men in terms of you need to provide. They know that already. Some of them do anyway. Let me not speak for all of them.
Well, no, do you know what it is? But I was going to say, even the way that it's being said now between me and you, they know what they need to do. Actually, where's that come from? So again, this is society's view of what a man needs to do. And actually, if we're looking at the 21st century, feminism, the rise of feminism, and women doing it for themselves, etc. Do we need to be, is that what we still need to be feeding to, we can't say Generation Z, they're already there, but for my children.
Generation who? Rupture.
I don't know, God's generation or like that.
Generation rupture. I'll tell
Generation
you,
rapture.
we're at Z. It's done out here.
That's true.
We're just waiting for the rapture now. But guys, I don't know what happens for those, for the Generation Z plus, yeah. But I think, to answer your question, that stereotype or the prejudgment or the expectations of a role from a man to a woman, yeah, that's always going to be there, yeah, because traditions are followed, isn't it? Yeah, they're passed on. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, traditions are passed on. Even though we're in a generation where feminism is high, blah blah blah, etc., etc. Feminism has been around for a long time. Yeah. Now we're older. Does that make sense? Yeah. But we still have the values that our parents had. Yeah. Our parents went through a change, but they still have that value that their parents had. Yeah. Somehow that is still being trickled down to the generation now. When I have kids, I'm still going to instill some certain values, maybe not to the extent that my mum put them in me. Because
and that's what I was just about to ask. So how are you going to protect your godsons from the pressures that women may try and put on them? How are you going to protect their mental well-being?
If somebody comes up and says to my godsons to say, you need to buy me a Prada bucket hat or a Prada bag or a Gucci bag, what do I say to them?
Yeah.
I'm going to say to them, go and listen to Cardi B's album, Bodak Yellow. There's a song in there that says, I used to dance, not strip, whatever she says. God. And then fix yourself a job there, wherever Cardi B was working. Ask for employment there.
You just politely pass them on, yeah? Please refer to.
I'll be like, listen, when I was younger, there used to be a shop called First Sport.
Yeah, First Sport.
And we used to work there,
Oh.
And what the guy used to buy me was small Pizza Hut for £5. And I managed. So my godson is not buying you £500.
That's it.
£500 Prada bag.
I'm telling you.
I said, nah. To be honest with you, away from the jokes, I'm not going to agree with it. I'm not going to agree with it because I'm from the process of, obviously, let's talk real talk. Yeah, we both work, right? I don't know the jobs that these other ladies that are out there saying that this man needs to be buying me Prada this, Prada that, whatever. We work for our coins. Yeah, I know how hard it is to go out and work and do that 9 to 5 to concentrate, give yourself to your studies, give yourself to your job. The hours that we're putting at work, even though they're told 9 to 5 at uni, it's never been a 9 to 5. Yeah. Even today, I was working before you got here. Yeah. So it's not that. So now if somebody comes up to me and then tries to spend my money
Hard
on
earned, like.
yeah, on nonsense, yeah, I'm gonna feel a type of way. Does that make sense? But because I have the understanding of money, yeah, and I'm not a tight person, and I don't think I'm a cheap person, but I have an understanding and I have an appreciation for another person's money, yeah. If you're a fraudster, please, yeah, let's spend together, yeah. And even me, I'll be like Deborah, saying, "You must buy me the Prada bag. You must buy me that bag."
You must.
Even in Prada, there's the small one left only. I said it will fit me in the name of Jesus. Yeah, just bring it. Yeah, because you know what? You didn't work for your money. Yeah, so you swiped a couple of cards. So you dropped a couple of aces. And for our other listeners that are from the suburban areas, you did fraud. Yeah. You did fraud.
I like the way you're translating everything, Shills.
You did fraud to obtain what you have, yeah? So for you, money comes and goes fast. It's not a problem, yeah? But for me, who goes to the 9 to 5 and follows what saying, and I'm a taxpayer, yeah? I'm going to be precious about that money. And if I've got a partner who is also doing the same thing that I'm doing in terms of getting taxed heavily, yeah, but we're still
40%.
Yeah, getting taxed heavily, and I'm seeing what he's trying to do, trying to build himself up, yeah, I'm going to have compassion. Whether or not I stay with this person for the rest of my life or we separate, yeah, I'm still going to think, you know what, he's working for his future. Let me respect it. And I'm going to appreciate what he does for me, yeah? Because she was saying, oh, don't get me wrong, yeah, I want to be taken out for dinners as well. I want you to spend on me. But if it's at the detriment of your well-being, yeah, let's not do that. As long as you're showing me you're not a lazy man, we can roll.
Because I forgot, we haven't even mentioned, we are today, the Saturday the 15th, we are just coming off to the back of National Mental Health Week. Yes. And it's literally all kind of falling in place randomly. But it's like, how are we thinking about our males' mental health?
Exactly. And this is where conversations go into, can men really speak up? Can men really say how they feel? Can men really, talk about what their fears are?
Yeah, and without feeling that they're being feminized or made to feel weak or insecure or...
You know, it's just one of those things where, can they talk freely? Is it a man's world, really?
Like I said, I really loved that Jamal, he said he had done 8 whole months. Like, that's putting it out there. You know, he'd done that, you know, and I'm just trying to think in my head, do I know any men that have gone through therapy?
Yeah, I know men
actively.
I know men right now that are in therapy.
You know someone?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I know somebody that is in therapy right now, and he said to me it's doing wonders for him. It's taking a long time and it's steadily coming along, but it's doing wonders for him. But now the comfort around him, is that his family is supportive of this.
Oh, good.
His friends are understanding of this. Does that make sense? Yeah. And sometimes people are not talking about the issues they need to talk about, because I remember the first week this program aired, the comments that I first saw in regards to Jamal were quite negative, saying that Jamal's tapped. Now, for the suburban listeners, that means Jamal's weak. He's not
talking too much. Yeah.
He's, how can he let a woman speak to him like that? And how can he come to this show and just be there taking all this abuse from this woman? Then you've got another character on this show who...
Oh, God.
Oh, hell, King Paul. Yeah.
No.
Okay, so now, here's where I speak my truth, when Paul came on, I was satisfied that this was acting.
Okay, so tell people a bit about Paul. Tell us a bit more about Paul.
So you tell I don't even know what to say about Paul. For me, Paul makes me laugh, yeah, and I think Paul's a great actor. I feel like Paul. I said this on the. I said this in the blogs. I made a comment. Hey! I made a comment, guys. I said it, and I'm not social media savvy. That's why. So I said it on the comment, and I said, Paul has understood the brief. Yeah, the brief is. Be as controversial as possible, because controversialness will bring us listeners and viewers. Yeah, this is your brief. Go and act. Do whatever you need to do.
So just a bit of a background. So Chioma and Paul, they're the older couple. She's like she's like an influencer, I believe. She's got a strong following, really beautiful girl. I'm not actually quite sure what he does. He talks about having clients.
He tells us he's got private clients.
I thought he was a banker. At first I thought it was something to do with like finances. But then I think I read or heard something about gym. Then I heard something about taking photos. So I'm not sure what he does, but he works with rich people. Yeah, that's what I do gather. He works with people that make money. You are?
According to him.
Well, according to him, that's what he says.
Yeah.
So
allegedly, as we would say in our career.
Yeah. Allegedly. So she's basically saying that she doesn't feel appreciated, cared for, loved. He's got quite strong views on women staying at home or not having to work because he can bring in the money. And some of it was just coming across really controlling. He was talking about how, she even said that she doesn't post videos of her anymore because of the moaning or the grief that she'll get from him. And like there was an incident where she was in a club or somewhere and one of her friends
was out with her friend.
Yeah, she was out with her friend. Her friend was videoing, caught her in the video doing a dance, not twerking, but a dance. They broke it down to she was bending her knees. Yeah. He saw it and he was then saying, well, that video is disrespecting our brand. And she's like, what brand? Number one, we're in a relationship. Number two, my social media is my social media. It's what she's worked up for. That's her business. That's what she is.
I laughed so much at that. And I just thought,
I was laughing. But
this guy is so funny.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to say. So as much as I was laughing, when I kind of had to just take a step back and really think about this, some of what he was saying was like, really like narcissistic. He was just the way he was even talking to the therapist, it was just wild. And if it's entertainment and it's fake, fair enough. But actually, if it's the truth and that's her reality, then actually I feel for her.
And you know what the interesting thing is, if they're in character, they're only acting out what somebody's reality is somewhere, either way. You see what I'm trying to say? So I think we just have to unpick that part of it and say, wow, somebody's actually living like this. I mean, for Paul, I can't speak on his mental health or the impact or the capacity of where he's at, but again, what I'm interested in, like I was interested for Deborah from that perspective, was, is it nurture versus nature again? That what did he witness in his family home? How was his dad at home, or whatever male figure that was in the house? How was he? How were the females in his household treated?
I think for Deborah, I would say where her views seem so ingrained, I would say that it's probably nurture. Nature. In that it's her surroundings, what she grew up with, like her environment. It's what she's seen her dad do this, so for her that is the norm. If it was like nature, it would be like there's a little bit of what she's seen around, but she's only talking of her one best friend so far.
She marries into both because she is the generation of Instagram. Come on.
Yeah, massively.
She's the generation of Instagram. A lot of people were saying, her relationship is with Instagram. And let's be honest, people that are comfortable with finances, they don't buy their spouses presents all the time of that nature.
No, you don't have to.
Sometimes you even say, look, my name is not Jay-Z or P. Diddy. Sometimes we're just going to go to KFC.
It's okay.
Sometimes you're just gonna go to KFC. I've seen people that have got like real time money, yeah, but they're the first to take the car to Nando's. But do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. But you, who's now just carrying a small 10 grand in your account, you want to be doing whatever restaurants in Mayfair.
What randomly he said to her, oh, well, you know, what are your savings? And she appeared to get really offended by that.
Exactly.
You know, so that is, you know, she couldn't say anything with chest, like, actually, well, you know what I'm working with. She couldn't say anything.
Non-urban listeners, with chest means she wasn't confident to say.
Like, we don't want Urban Dictionary today, yeah?
You know, Michelle's gonna get on us today.
I know, I'm being a bit ethnic. It's all these ethnic shows, man. Sure.
All the talents.
No, so just back to it. It's like, yeah, like the impact. I think it's, yeah, go on.
For her, it's just like, it could be a case of, I think her, it's not just nature versus, it's both working together or working against each other, really. Because even though her dad might be a really good guy and a good provider, she's taken that concept further. Does that make sense? Yeah. Because her dad, if you think about it, let's just break it down in terms of her family dynamic from what we know. Yeah. Let's use a genogram, right? From what we know. For those who don't know what a genogram is, just Google it.
It's a map of your family.
To you what it is, yeah.
A map of your family, a family tree.
So basically, what you're looking at is, she's described having 5 sisters, right? A mum and a dad. So the dad does everything for them. It could be dad did everything in terms of finances and providing because mum was busy raising 5 kids. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
So mum hasn't got time to now be saying, I'm going to go and do this shift work because I'm busy raising these kids.
Raising 5 kids is shift work, yeah.
Yeah, and it could be that mum maybe even had a little part-time job that she was doing. But obviously Deborah's not going to tell us that, is she? Yeah. But I'm looking at what we have in front of us. 5 kids, a whole family. Of course your dad's going to drive you everywhere. It's daughters as well. Yeah? It's not like they're boys. You're all girls. So it's going to have that sense of responsibility. Now here you come asking a boy who's 27 or a boy man, whatever you want to call it. You're asking a boy who's about to meet the world. Yeah, boy meets world. To now be taking care of you like your dad took care of you. Hang on a minute. He's got no responsibilities, like as in children. So he doesn't have a responsibility.
Go and marry your dad. Go and marry your dad.
This boy, you don't have a kid, so he doesn't have to. He doesn't have a responsibility over you that way.
He doesn't owe her anything. He doesn't owe her anything.
Yeah, until you guys are married or have made it official, he can be like, you know what, babes? Yeah, a nice holiday. It's just a treat. Yeah, babes. Here's a watch. You know, wherever his money can reach. Yeah.
It's funny how we've talked about this subject already, isn't it? Historically, we've talked about gifting in relationships.
Exactly. I'm always saying this, yeah. If I know your money can reach somewhere, yeah, don't try and be tight towards me. But if I know your money
there has to be reason. Yeah,
there has to be a reason, of course. I'm not going to ask you to now be, pardering me, yeah?
Every month.
Every month. Because don't get me wrong, yeah. If you're making 20 bags a month, yeah, please.
The boy's not making 20 bags. That's £20,000 for bags for people that don't know.
Oh, sorry. I lost myself in the urban world.
Right? You lost yourself.
But if you're making £20,000 a month, yeah, I don't know who is, but somebody out there is, and you can't treat me, there's a problem. I'm going to have a problem with that. I'll be very honest with you guys. Yeah, let me not pretend that Deborah will be the only one putting that wig, yeah, because also I'll have an issue. But if I know that that's not what you're making, yeah, and you're just cutting it fine with £5,000 a month, yeah, and you're saving for a property, and you're also you've also got your car maintenance, and you've got family,
you've got life,
you've got life to live and whatever, yeah. And I think he's building a business as well, so he's putting money into that. I'm not gonna hassle you. All I need is like a dinner a month and some other things. I won't mention them on the podcast. I don't want to be judged, but some other things there. But what I'll be looking at is how do I support a man? But again, I keep saying to you guys, the age, the mentality, yeah, the mindset, and what she's exposed to, yeah. doesn't allow for that level of thought process to take place and take root. Yeah.
So basically, are we saying that our listeners, as men, they need to shine their eyes that, you know, she might be a pretty girl, but let's think about realistically what else other than her body is
From the
she
end
bringing
of
to the
time,
table?
from the end of time, and men, you can tell me this if I'm wrong, yeah? Men will shower a woman because of beauty, desire. You understand, yeah? It's a desire of the woman. It's like, oh, this woman looks good. You want to win her. You want her to be yours. It's a surprise, yeah? Because that Deborah girl, she's a beautiful girl. And actually, I think this week she did a video without her having makeup. And I said, no, she's a pretty girl, man. Like, she's a really pretty girl. But at the end of the day, men are tired, yeah? Because that's why sometimes some men will be like, you know what, yeah? I just wanted to have a comfortable life. When men get to an age of maturity, yeah, they're like, you know what? Even women.
But, so is this then the impact that men are getting tired?
Men are getting tired. Men have been tired. Yeah, men have been tired. But you know what? Men are hunters. Yeah, men like to go for what is in the top of the tree, and to get to the top of the tree, it's hard work.
It's hard work. I just think I would prefer my sons. I wouldn't prefer.
I'm gonna tell the boys, yeah. Sometimes if that tree is high, yeah, and it's gonna break your neck, boys, yeah. If you wait long enough, yeah, that apple's gonna fall.
Yeah, and go for the middle apple. Go for the middle apple.
I said that apple's gonna fall. Just catch it before it hits the ground, so it's not rotten.
No. I just think, you know, I do honestly think, like, how are we going to protect the sons, us, like the boys, from this?
Well, I don't know.
You know, because I think that the saddest thing is, like, and then, you know, just to get to the deep of it, like these types of relationships, this is what can cause men to think actually they're not good enough, or to cause men to then turn to crime, or to even self-harm, suicide even.
Yep.
So how, you know, we need to come away from that desperately.
I think as women, I know. What I hate is, yeah, when we talk about suicide and we talk about mental health in men, women are like, protect your men. But in the comments, I'm reading things like, you know, women that are saying she's right to ask for what she wants for. But how is that protecting this guy?
Do you know what it is? I agree. Fair enough, it's okay to ask, but there's a manner in which you ask, there's a way in which you do things. So I know that your standards, you and you, Shilla, your standards are probably a lot higher than mine. Yeah? But actually, you don't come across as if, you know, men ain't crap. You understand? Like, there's a way in which you do it.
I don't clap for a fish for swimming.
Oh. Which I understand, and as I've got older, I've learned to kind of agree to that. But I think that we need to give some merit, and we need to give some leeway to what the men of our generation are having to go through.
I think there's a lot more pressure than there was previously. I think, okay, to be fair, each generation had their own pressure. When the men of like our dads or our whatever sisters, generations, whatever, that age there, like I said, people 10 years ago, they thought they had a different kind of pressure. Yeah, they thought that was the pressure there. Yeah, they didn't know there was a monster coming called social media. Yeah, and that was going to kill off everything. We don't even know what's coming in the next 10 years. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah,
it's terrible to think about. It really is.
We don't know what's coming. We don't know what's coming for our sons. Yeah, so it's like, how do we then build I feel like our generation was the last generation of understanding. Yeah, of like a concept, unless those values, are installed in the family home, and when people go out, they carry those values forward with them. But if those values are left behind, and we're being taught or we're being led by what they call the social media, the social media trends, there's going to be an issue. Yeah, the impact on mental health for men isn't going to stop there. When is it what's it, mental health awareness for men, yeah, people will stand up and say the most. But when things are happening, and this is just, we're just using one example of what's hyped right now, yeah. But when we look at it, men are under a lot of pressure, and men create pressure for themselves as well, to provide, to protect, to do whatever. Don't get, because obviously I'm saying this now, and somebody's going to turn around and say to me, so Shills, do you want a guy that can't protect you? Do you want a guy that can't provide for you? I'll be like, no, I don't actually.
I don't know, because I think I'm not sure.
I want a home husband. I don't think I want a house husband.
I don't want no house husband, but what I don't want, I know that I can, to be fair, I can protect and I can provide for myself. So let me just put that out there. Yeah, so I don't need a man.
I'm worrying about it.
Oh my God. But, you know, I just think, I don't know, because not all men are the strongest pick of the tree. Not all men are the warriors. So what about those that are not the warriors, that are not the fighters? What about those?
What about them?
Oh.
So just
scrap everything we've just heard. Everything you've just heard. Scrap it all.
So Michael Jackson, they don't really care about us.
Scrap everything you've just heard, everybody. Put it all down the drain, please.
Guys, I'm playing with you. You know what I'm like here. I like to give those little shock factors, you know?
Yeah.
Guys, I'm in the room. Don't worry about it. The way Michelle just looked at me like,
I want to hit her, but I don't believe in domestic violence.
Michelle, I'm here. I'm all right. Yeah, I'm just winding you up. No, do you know what? Yeah, in the words of what's it? Well, there's no words here, because a man is not made by what they provide, isn't it? Yeah,
exactly. So that's what people need to hear. Can you say that again?
No, I can't say it again, because when I go to talk to somebody this evening, I need to be telling them these words.
Skills wants to do whatever is said here will not be used against it as in evidence.
Yeah. I do as I say, not as I do, guys. Yeah. Because me, I'm not going to go downstairs today, yeah, and start clapping for a fish for swimming, yeah.
It's like we said. It's about knowing what you want, but being respectful and being mindful that actually our words and our actions have impact on people's health, physical, emotional, mental.
Yes. I think, you know what, when you're talking about being careful, I think I'm old school. I'm quite narrow in my ways of thinking, and sometimes I've got to pulled back into the real world, and I love my friends for doing that, because I honestly, if somebody was asking me, and I don't mind that question that Jamal brought to say, what do you bring to the table? Yeah, he can never ask me that question,
which is fine, because you know that you're doing the most already. Exactly. Which is fine.
Does that make sense? So for me, I've got a thing of ladies, females, or whatever, even men, actually, both sexes, that what you're asking for in your partner, are you able to even meet? Yeah, can you do it for yourself? Because if you can, there should be no problem if your partner can't do it, unless it's like your partner is just mega tight. Yeah, obviously, we talk about love languages, isn't it? Yeah, because your love language might be gifting. Like, oh, you know what, I like gifts, yeah. But if your love language is gifting, it doesn't mean that every gift you have to get is from Selfridge's counter. I've seen girls, that are into their designers, but even if their guy went and just got him a nice little chicken burger or a nice little chicken wing, they'll be like, oh my God, oh my God, he got me a chicken wing, oh wow, or he got me this lovely thing from Topshop, But it's not because they don't want the bigger things, but they're just appreciative of him doing it.
Because I was going to say, it's like a safety net. I always say, I remember one of the first times I went away with the girls, and Dan put a card in my suitcase. When we got to the hotel with the girls, I opened up the suitcase and there was a card. And it was only about £100, but it was just like, you know what, get a massage on me. And it was,
Yeah.
I didn't need the money. Like, I didn't need the money, but it was the thought. And it's about just, it's the thought that counts. It's not necessarily the big actions or the big promises, the Gucci bags, but actually it's the thought behind what you're doing.
I'm not going to lie, the big action there too, please, for me.
What's that?
Put a big action there for me as well, still.
But look, Shills, our time has come to an end. Come on, what are we saying?
No, but I am saying this, I am saying we have to be. Do you know when it? There's a good book out there that I read from time to time. It does talk about being our brother's keepers.
That's it.
And when it comes to well-being and mental health, especially in the times that we are now, let's be mindful of what we're doing. I feel like I'm not trying to give a blight for men that are lazy or women that are demanding or whatever. But if you know, let's all check ourselves, because obviously we've put this one on men because I've felt for Jamal, So we've put this one on men. If you're like Paul, just check yourself a little bit.
Get the hell out of here.
If you're like Paul, check yourself a little bit. There's a high level of narcissism over there. But again, like I've said to you, I think he's acting. So I can't even give him that much airtime. But I'm talking to the men that are in situations like Jamal.
Oh, Jamal's out there.
And you're sitting there trying to provide, trying to make sure that you're putting things together, trying to build. You find somebody that's on your level. Find somebody that's on your path. Because at the end of the day, there's no point of you going for Naomi Campbell. When you can't maintain Naomi Campbell. Or Naomi's going to cause you early grave.
At the detriment of your own mental health, your own self-esteem.
That's what we're talking about here right now, guys, And you're thinking, I don't really get the analogy, I want you to rewind back to Janine Butcher and that guy she killed.
And Barry.
And Barry.
EastEnders, see, I know you love it, really. Yes.
See, you see how, I don't know if you remember Miss Butcher there, She actually went and married Barry for the money. But the way Barry was suffering, to the point that
oh my God,
he was suffering to the point that she even killed him without remorse. Like sometimes people are killing. Like the relationship you put yourself in, it's killing who you are. It's killing your ability. It first eats you from inside, then outside, because the pressures that you carry eternally, soon come out externally, right? Yeah. And what's worse is that you can't talk to anybody about it. Not every man has a voice, or every man has a voice, but they don't use it. Especially when it comes to points of providing. Everybody wants that man who can provide, or this is my man got me this, or for you to feel like you're a peacock, right? Because it's that saying, like, even Kanye West said, look at this peacock, tell me I'm broke. It's that pride that men have. But guys, as God is my witness, don't fall for it. If you know what you want, and if it's a woman who has an understanding and knows herself, she will help you build. Again, I'm not too heavy on Deborah, to be honest with you guys. Reason why I'm gonna put it down to age. I'm gonna put it to lack of experience. I'm gonna put it down to the influence on her upon social media, again, and what she sees in the blogs. These things are not real, guys. Let's look at real life millionaires.
And follow their examples.
Real life. People that are wealthy in real life. They don't spend money like that.
No,
they don't spend money like that.
Right
now, when they treat themselves, but it's not the way they do it. Guys, your mental health is what matters. We want guys to speak up and let us know what they're saying. And girls, if you disagree with it and you're saying, Shills and Michelle, you lot have lost it.
You've lost the plot.
In the urban world, as they'll say, you're tapped.
You're tapped. You're bluffing.
Whatever they say in the urban world. In the suburban world, they'll say you're having a laugh. No, actually, that's the commoners again. But whatever it is, if you guys disagree with it, let us know, because it is what it is. We're always up for a good debate here. What I want to know is, guys, are you telling your guy you need to buy me a Prada bucket hat because the summertime is coming? And those in the suburban areas, are you telling your man you need to take me to the Maldives again? Yeah.
I know, right?
But what are your demands?
Yeah,
Because
it's been a pleasure.
it's been a pleasure for us, but I'm going to go now and try and take away the list I had because I've been convicted with this podcast. Never. I will
Okay.
not succumb to the pressures of social media, but I do sometimes I actually want a bucket hat as well.
Okay,
But
we'll
I can buy
I'll
my
keep
own.
that in prayers, yeah?
I
Right,
can buy my
guys,
own.
it's been a pleasure. Chills.
All right, in a bit, show. Enjoy the
Take
Saturday,
care, guys.
and we'll see you soon. Yeah.
Take care.